Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of fixed and variable expenses. This is standard 4.10a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 19 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have a table here showing Adam's expenses for school lunches and book fairs. Well, he's getting a lot of stuff at book fairs. And how often are they getting book fairs at their school? It's interesting. All right. So we need to find a statement that is true about Adam's expenses. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got. So look, we've got $25 in September, December, February, April, May. So it's not every single month, but you notice how that's all the same, right? Hopefully we're noticing $25 a month for the school lunches. Now, still, I'm not sure why we have five different book fairs, but you notice how these 520, 2250, 1750, 25, I got 20 repeating, but it's only repeating that one time. So these are all different. So that's just two things I've noticed about these types of expenses here. All right, so let's see. A, school lunches are fixed, but book fairs are variable. Okay, well, those are big vocab words. And if we look on our reference materials, you're not going to find anything here. So we need to know those two terms coming into the STAAR test. So what does it mean to be fixed? And what does it mean to be variable? Well, fixed, sometimes in some connotations, right? Fixed means like something is broken and you repair it. That's not what we're talking about in this sense. When we're talking about fixed in this sense, we're talking about something that is stable or something that is not changing. Okay, so if I fix something to the ground, that means I'm, tying it to the ground or I'm gluing it to the ground. Okay, so if it's a fixed expense, it's a stable expense, it's not really changing. Whereas a variable expense, when something varies, right, that is something that changes. So that's really the difference here, right? So fixed expenses don't really change. Variable expenses, they do change. And so let's take a look. School lunches are fixed. They don't change. Well, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Yeah, looks like it does kind of stay the same. Book fairs are variable. They change. 20, 2250, 1750, 25. Yeah. So A looks like it's a pretty good statement there. So let's check B, C, and D to make sure that we didn't jump the gun here. Both book lunches and book fairs are fixed expenses. Okay, so that's not going to work simply because since we now know that fixed expenses means they're stable and unchanged, that's not going to work for the book fairs. Book fairs make that a false statement because those change every month. Even though we get a repeat in May and September, it's still changing. So it's not going to be B, and then look at C. C is the same thing, except they change the word fixed with variable, and it's the word school lunches or the term school lunches that really make that incorrect because the school lunches are not variable. They don't change. It's just $25 a month. So that's not going to work. And then look at D. It looks like D is kind of like A, but they flip-flop it, right? They say book fairs are a fixed expense, right? So you're not going to be able to answer this question if you don't know what fixed and variable expenses are. But fixed means it doesn't change. And look at the book fairs, they're changing every single month. So that's incorrect. And they want you to think that school lunches are variable. Variable mean changing. But if we look at our school lunches, they are the same every single month. So D is actually the opposite of A. And since A was correct in both cases, D is actually incorrect in both cases. So we have our answer here, and it is going to be A. School lunches are a fixed expense, but book fairs are a variable expense.